Good morning, afternoon, or evening, guys. This is Gustavo Sabino, and you are back here for another locker room, the first one of October. And this is a special one because we are 30 days away for the World Cup event. And as you guys know, we have a very ambitious roadmap to deliver for the World Cup and, of course, until the end of this quarter. So it's time for us to give you a little bit more updates about what we are doing. And for that reason, we have here today with us Juan Lu. Hello, Juan Lu. How are you doing?
Hello, thank you very much, Gus. Well,
Yeah, it's
good.
a pleasure to have you here again, like a traditional guest here in the locker room. So as I was saying, like we are 3 days away for the World Cup. We have like many things to deliver in our roadmap. So the best person to give some explanation about what we are doing right now in terms of deliverable, it's you. So this week we had already some very big important deployments. So if you want to go through Juan Lu of what we are doing right now in this week, please be my
Yeah, sure.
guest.
Let me explain you, and if you have some questions on something, just interrupt me, Gus. So, yeah, this week, yesterday and the day before, you can see we are very happy to announce that we just integrate with Transact, so users can buy MSU with credit card. Uh, you can also buy DAI and Matic with credit card, but the main point for us, the main big milestone is that you really buy MSU. Just for letting you know why we selected Transact. Many reasons, but one of the main reasons, is one of the top on-ramp providers, and also they have a feature that they can let us integrate the pay with credit card with a smart contract. So we are not integrating that in this moment, but for the midterm, depending on of the needs that we have. For example, we can just integrate to pay with credit card and buy a bundle of players, or even buy a pack of MSU, MSC, some Matic to pay the guys if you want, and some bundles. So we have all the control because we can integrate a smart contract that we can develop from ourselves to integrate with the payment of credit card. So it's one of the providers that let us to do this option. So that's one of the main reasons which we selected Transact. In the next months, depending on the needs that we have when we try to acquire new users, we will see how to prioritize it.
Yeah,
So
100%. The credit card purchase is a very important for us in terms of the onboarding and to, of course, to bring the web to users to our game, to our project. So that's why it is like the first step of what you are doing. The next one, of course, is custodian wallet because I think that's the like
yes, of course, the users still need MetaMask. We know that it's one of the problem. One of the entry barrier problems that we have for acquire new users. But we wanted yes to have the to have their on ramp to buy MSU with credit card. So now talking about the custodian wallet, this is the next goal that we have. Well, of one of the teams, as you already know, we are working in three separate teams. So we just selected the provider just to let you know, because I have seen in the community some worries about that. You will still be able to connect or to log in with your wallet, already created wallet, through MetaMask, and you also have the new option to log in with all the social logins, email and password, etc. Okay. For us, more in the technical point of view, is one of the main. It's very key to select a good provider and a good way to do this custodian wallet. It's very delicate for us. So we were just refining the provider, and we have selected one, and next week we will begin to integrate with them. So not exact dates, but we can hope to have it hopefully beginning of November.
That's awesome. Like for us to onboard the new users, that's one of the biggest things that we want to do to try to bring the football manager, FIFA, and all of these guys to our game. So it's indeed a very good news for the community.
Good. Continuing maybe with the entry barrier, we have seen that maybe less than half of the visitors that we have in MetaSoccer now are from mobile. And as you may already know, we are not officially supporting mobile flows in MetaSoccer. So that's other of our key points to the World Cup, to be ready to the World Cup, to acquire mobile users with custodian and credit card where we use Tel, but also to let them play in mobile. So between today and Monday, we will release the training flow supported in mobile. I mean, yeah, to do the training, select the drills, select the players, see the history, and do again the training. And for next week, we can hope to have the homepage where you can just the tournament homepage where you can see all the last results, the standings, play a tournament match, enjoy a tournament edition. So let's hopefully have it on next week, and the next steps will be to let mobile users to do the lineup, change the tactics, and buy MSU with credit card. I mean, that's one of the important things also to support in mobile. So good progress here, and just to update you, hopefully today and Monday you will begin to see new things in mobile working with a very good UX.
Yes, 100%. This is like for us, it's very, very key for everybody to enter in MetaSoccer, to just buy with credit card, not have MetaMask, and of course play in the mobile, because we know that users are more than ever like just playing on mobile. So for us to try to bring down this barrier for new entrants of users is very, very important. So thank you, Juan Lu, for the updates of what you are doing. Right now, let's just go a little bit in some concerns of the community, because I received some questions. So we have some topics that I think it's good for us to discuss here. One of them is about the youth scouts, the change that we did with the DAOs, and of course the learning, because you already addressed that the learning, you're gonna change this. Like if you want to train your youth scout, you're gonna just go and train. If you want to find players, you find players. So the community wants to know more or less estimations about when this is going to happen, what you have in mind about the youth scout in general.
And now, I mean, one of the ideas that we just communicate to you, to other community, was to remove the learning from the scouting before having the new learning. Finally, we step back with the decision, so we will keep the learning in the scouting, at least for the short term. I mean, until the World Cup, we are focusing on the entry barrier and the PvP that we will update later, but we can hope to have no news about the scout learning and new scouting algorithm until after the World Cup.
Yeah, this is like quite of complex things to do. So for us, in terms of prioritization, like the World Cup event is the biggest thing that we should address. So of course, this makes sense for the company. And another one is about the special abilities, because whenever we release the white paper, the V1 of the white paper, we have some special ability with the different description that, of course, has a lot to do with the specific attributes of each players. Later, we updated this for, let's say, a V2, because it's a lot of complexity to deliver this type of iteration in the game. So the community wants to know more or less, okay, are you guys going to stick with what we released in the first white paper? And then when can we expect to have a more robust special abilities affecting the game mechanics in the match engine?
Yeah, sure. So now the special abilities have impact in the gameplay, but we are still not prepared to show the enough information in the end of the match to explain the impact of all the special abilities. Okay, so before improving the impact of the special abilities, we need to be able to show the needed information, so all the users owning players with some special abilities can really understand the impact that it has, and to decide which one they prefer to select, or which players, or combine players with different special abilities. So this is taken into account in some way in the current algorithm of the gameplay, but the focus is to give more information so users can understand the true impact of the special abilities. So after the World Cup, I mean, end of this quarter, beginning of the next one, we'll have a dedicated team to improve all the algorithm of the gameplay.
Okay, and change the algorithm of the gameplay, of course, have an impact in the special abilities, so we can start to have more impact. Okay, if I have a killer, I'm gonna have some special things in my shooting, crossing, dribbling, etc. So me as a user, I can understand, okay, I prefer to have a striker as a killer than a corner specialist, for example. Okay, that's perfect. So thank you very much for that explanation. Now let's move for the PvE issue that we have right now, because a lot of concern in the community about the current status of the tournament PvE, because people are entering after these 24 hours, let's say, that the group is created. So we have like an inflation of amount of teams in a single group. So this is like one of the most painful concern of the community. So just want to check with you, what is the status of this issue of the PV right now?
Okay, just to remember, I mean, I think that we already communicated and the users already know, but the optimal is to join the edition before the edition starts, because the group creation is taking into account the teams that are joined before the start of the edition. We are seeing that is not the current behavior of the users, but just to remember that is the optimal. And now we are focusing on the PvP tournament. After we will give some details about the next iterations that we will have in the PvP tournament. For sure, it will be a limit of joining. You won't be able to join the edition once it starts, as we will be scheduling the matches. And once the edition starts, we schedule the matches, and the matches will be automatically played in the dates that will be telling. The idea is to have, at the same time when we release the PvP tournament, to have both tournaments, I mean, at least 2 tournaments at the same time, one PvP tournament and one PvE tournament. The PvP tournament will be the one with the limit of the entry, and the PvE one we want to let users to join some tournaments and to let them play MetaSoccer from the moment they join MetaSoccer. Okay, that's one of the key reasons that we're still letting users to join even if the edition starts. Other thing that we can tell, the idea, we are just refining with economy, with Ivan, but the idea is to have different currencies rewards in the different tournaments. Okay, so for example, have high MSG rewards in the PvP tournaments and MSC rewards in the PvE tournaments. We are just refining. Don't want to tell that this will happen. I mean, this will happen in that way, but we are just refining how to split the rewards between the 2 tournaments. You will be able to play both tournaments at the same time. I mean, we will let to use the condition of the players to play both. It's not that you need to select one of the other. You can select to play only one tournament and after train, or play the 2 tournaments and train less. I mean, it will be like more decision to take. And also maybe one spoiler, we are just refining to give training tokens in the PvP tournaments depending on the result. So if you win, you will earn some training tokens. If you tie, other number of training tokens, and if you lose, you won't be earning training tokens. So you can improve the training using other drills.
Okay, so for me that's good enough in terms of why we are taking these decisions, because of course we are focused a lot on the PvP because we are a very competitive type of game. So the focus of the user, of everybody, need to be like playing the PvP and later on go to divisions. PvE tournament gonna be a key part of the game as well, but it's different things that we are doing right now. And since Juan Luis explained, we're gonna have different entries for you to go, like PvE on Monday, PvE on Wednesday, PvP on Friday. Of course, you're going to refine this and let everybody knows, but you're going to have many opportunities to play MetaSoccer in the week. It's up to you as a user to decide of what is best for you. And just since you are talking about PvP, Juan Lu, just to give you some...
To add something, sorry, goes to interrupt. I mean, we are aware about the problem that we are facing right now, and when we have the 2 tournaments at the same time, if the same happens again, I mean, we will handle it, doing maybe creating new groups if people joins after when the edition starts. I mean, we will handle that, but our focus is to have this PvP tournament and have 2 tournaments at the same time. That's why we are not focusing on fixing it right now. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I didn't interrupt you.
Yeah, no, of course. As much information, the better. But I was saying, like, since you are teasing a little bit about PvP, what can you tell us about PvP? What you guys are doing? How it's going to be released, and etc. Just go crazy and give as much spoiler as you can.
Okay. So let me explain you a little bit the different iterations that we'll be having in PvP. So the first one I will show you now. We will release between today, hopefully today, or if not Monday, friendly PvP matches. So that's important for us to let users play against other teams. And for us, more important is to also validate the algorithm. We already validate the algorithm in PvE, but we want to validate that everything is working well. We do a lot of tests, but I mean, no test like production matches with your teams. So we want to validate the PvP algorithm. So you will have friendly matches. We will thank if you, I mean, we'll be very thankful if you can use it, because you can test and you can help yourself learning more about the algorithm and helping us to test it. These friendly matches won't spend condition and won't give rewards. I mean, it's only just to test it. So you will be able to play a limit of matches per day. We're refining between 5 and 10. I say that finally it will be 5 maximum matches per day. So let me show you if I can share my screen. Now share screen. This one, you can see it.
Yeah.
Good. So this is the in the tournament home that we have now. You will see this player versus player card appearing. It's a beta, so we can search a team to play against. As I already explained, this will not affect the condition, and you will not receive rewards for the moment. Okay. So for example, let me find United Canario. Okay, 39, 48. Maybe it's not that fair, but let's try. The opponent line is not complete. Okay, let me choose another one. Intercanarias. Okay, very much. So I can just see the match gameplay as it was in the PvE. I can test it in the PvP. So just let you freedom to play PvP matches against other users to see who is the best or who is better. This is the first iteration that we'll be releasing between, as I already told, between today and Monday. Okay, so well, let me stop sharing my screen because we won't want it until the end of the match. Okay, so this is what we will doing as first iteration. The second one is let me share. I will share Figma so you can see some designs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can see it.
Yeah.
Good. So the next thing, we will be creating a tournament where we will select a preset of beta testers, of beta users that will be able. Oh, this is loading again. Okay, this one. They are just designers are just working now. Okay, so this is the first version that, I mean, the next version that we will have. We'll select some users that will automatically join because we will, I mean, join them the tournament, and we will schedule the matches. That all the scheduled matches will be shown there, and the next match will be shown here in the top of the page. You will be able to see we are working on the design of the next match pop-up where you can see information about the opponent. The information won't be the strategy used, but will be some stats used, the last lineup used, the player that has registered in the tournament, and a lot of stats, so you can know and try to know how the opponent is playing and try to select your strategy and your tactics to beat the opponent. So that's like the next iteration we'll have in the next weeks to have like PvP matches. Is that what we have now? But these PvP matches will be without knowing the opponent that we'll be facing, and the opponent doesn't know that he will be playing against you. So the next iteration is schedule matches and see the information of the next opponent. So both teams can be fair and prepare the next match. We won't be having here standings, but we just want to validate and to have feedback from you about the information needed to just take the best decision. So we can just be working on the same iteration at the same time that you are testing and taking into account this feedback. We will improve it until the.
Yes, just one question, Juanlu. And the users, you'll be able to select 16 players or 11 players for the PvP tournament, for example?
16 players, 15 players.
16 players. Okay, so that's gonna be like very good because I can see how my opponent used to play like in the previous match, so I can change my formation so I can try to defeat him. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, sure. So let me find. I will stop sharing just a moment. I want to find the design of the last iteration. Okay, here, because they were just walking. Present again. Okay, now here you are. You can see the screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, so after validating that all the scheduled matches are working well and we are giving the enough information so you can understand how the opponent is playing and taking decisions from that, we'll be working at the same time to create the true edition of the World Cup PvP tournament, where you will have standings as you have now in the PvE tournament, and some World Cup information and team stats of your team. Here we have, like, for example, player stats, the best goalkeeper, best player, top scorer, any things that we will be adding progressively. And yeah, just to let you know, this PvP tournament, the first edition, will be ready, before the World Cup begins, and the idea is to have different editions, and the best players, the best teams of each edition will be selected to play a final tournament that we are still refining the format, but will be like the World Cup final tournament with high rewards, and yeah, so that's important to play from the first edition this tournament, to be selected as one of the teams to play the final World Cup tournament.
Yeah, just like a qualifier that you're gonna be selected, and then you're gonna create a group with a knockout to select the world champion of MetaSoccer.
Let's see the format, but yes, it will be.
Yeah. I'll try my best for Lu to be there as well.
Yes, and yeah, the join rules, will be very, very close to the one we have right now. Okay, depending on the current overall of the best 11 players, we will let to join with from 11 to 16 players, so you can just change the tactics depending on the next opponent. And yeah, we will have the 5 different divisions that we have right now in PvE, and I think that no more changes. Yeah, for sure that you won't be able to join when the edition starts.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, really like the Figma image. I think it's very, very, very neat. So congratulations to you and for the design team to create this PvP and what you guys are doing. So for me, it's a very bullish news. So thank you very much, Juan Lu, for all of this updated information of what you are doing. As you were saying, we are always checking the community, check what we need to improve so we can iterate. Of course, some things the community don't have the entire visibility of what you are doing, because we are working in a lot of different ways, but as always we try to do the best outcome possible for everybody. So again, Juan Lu, thank you very much for your time to share with us what you guys are doing and for the entire work that you and the entire team is doing.
It's a pleasure to share with you, and let's hope to continue working like that to have everything prepared before the World Cup.
Yes. So thank you very much, Juan Lu. See ya.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So thank you guys. I hope you all enjoy a lot this PvP that you are working right now, this preview. As Juan Lu was explaining, I'm going to release between this Friday and next Monday the first iteration, and then until the World Cup, you're going to have many things, as you guys can see, so we can have the first World Cup on MetaSoccer. So as always, a pleasure to be here, and see you guys on the pitch. See ya.